Hello, this is Alex, and today we are going to be drawing a castle. Now, castles take a lot of different shapes, and since they're common around a large part of Europe and other places as well, they can take many different forms. But I'm going to draw the regular medieval castle. So I'm going to have my paper horizontal. I'm going to do a line across it. It is technically a horizon line, but it is also just a line, too, if you prefer to think of it that way. So that's going to go across. Okay, so on the left and right sides, I'm going to draw a rectangle. Those are going to go upward. They're vertical. You don't have to do the bottom line because that will be the horizon line on the bottom. This is going to be the ground. So we're going to draw a line right up that way. Then we're going to do another one next to it. And we'll copy this onto the other side. Both sides are going to be symmetrical. That means that they'll look the same. So if we keep moving our lines up, that looks good. Then we're going to do a line across, but it's going to stick out just a little bit. About that much. That's going to be the top line. There. And there. On either side, we're going to do another line up. That's going to be on the end of each of the lines. But just a short one like that. These are going to make some castle towers. I'm doing what I do to one side, I'll do to the other. Now, I'm sure you've seen that on most castles, I forgot what they're called, but on the towers, there's part of the brickwork that goes up and down, like that. Kind of in a, not a zigzag, but kind of in a shape like that. To make sure that the towers are symmetrical, we are going to count out that we have 4 up bumps. Like that. So there are 4 on each side. You can also count that there are 3 down bumps. But I like to picture the 4 going up because the 3 going down are just empty space. So, sometimes when doing tall or long lines, to keep them straight, I turn my paper sideways because it's easier for me to draw upward than across. So just about here, you can turn it whichever way you like. Whichever way is easiest for you. I'm going to make a mark here and here. Should be at about the same points at the castle. Then below them, I'm going to make another mark. And on each of these marks, I'm going to draw a line across. Here. Then I can turn it to the right orientation again. Okay, so we remember what we did on each of the towers. We're going to do the same thing down here. So we're going to do a line down, like that, line across, a line up, and a line across. So, down, across, up, across, down, across, up, across. Just like that. So I have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4. I'm going to keep doing these. To keep it symmetrical, I'm going to keep adding them. center one, right in the middle. Okay, now right about in the middle, right here, we're going to do a line. It's not even going to touch there, but we're going to stop it there. Like that. If we put a mark here and here, just a little ways out from that line, we're going to do a line going upward, but it's going to be even shorter. Now we're going to do another line, but this is going to curve inward. It's going to make a curve, it's going to go up to this point, it's going to curve back down to this point, like that. Now we're going to do a line across them, right about where the curve starts. We're going to do another line below that, like that. You can add more detail to this as you want. But I'm going to do some little rectangles, like that, and those are going to cross over this line. I'm going to put some circles here. These are big, heavy door handles that are like a big ring. Now, you can add a few lines going upward, but they can go behind this line. I'm thinking that the line that's in front is metal. To show that, I'm going to put some bolts in it. Then there are wooden boards behind it. This is going to be the door. If you need to differentiate between these lines, which will be for separate boards held together by the metal, and the crack down the middle of the door where it will open, you can thicken this line. Now that we have these lines, you can feel free to add a wood texture. Some people like to do wood textures differently, but I just do kind of wiggly, wavy lines. Don't add too many knots, but sometimes you can add a little circle and that will make the wood look knotty. Some people also like to do wood grain straight. That's not always super realistic to what wood actually looks like. So I'm going to do it like this. But you can develop your own wood texture. Okay, so just about level with this line, the lower one, I'm going to add another one, just a little one, here and here. Those are going to curve upward. It's going to look kind of like the door, but a little thinner and a little smaller on either side. Like that. There. These are going to be some tall windows in the towers. Now, this might be a little tricky, but if we look at the middle brick, the up part, I'm going to count out 1, 2, and I'm just going to put a little dot there. You might not be able to see that, but a little dot, then I can see where it is. I'm going to do 1, 2, right there. So it's going to be either side. Right about in the middle of those, I'm going to draw a line up. It's going to go up and up. Just about like that. Then I'm going to do a line, sort of like this one. It's going to stick out a little bit. This is going to be a tower on the top. Now we're going to take this end and this end and make a point. This should be a rather tall point. There. Okay, and right here, we're going to do these windows again, but a larger one. Some people might put glass in these windows by adding some lines across to give it a shiny texture. But I don't think that they used glass very often in the Middle Ages, medieval times, and it would be pretty easy to break. So, they would usually have bars I'm going to do that. And that kind of depends on which age your castle is from, and how you want to draw your castle. Like that. And I'll put a line across. This is the basis for your castle, but there's a lot of texture on the door, and not too much in other places. So, to make your castle look like it's made out of lots of little bricks, you can add a horizontal rectangle. You can just randomly intersperse them over your castle. Sometimes, in thicker areas, you can add a rectangle, and below it, you can do a line, another line, and do another one like that. You can do those randomly. Sometimes, to show that it's curving over the side, you can do one like that inside. And add one over there too. Add some over here. And people who lived in medieval castles didn't have electric lighting in the times, so they might have used candles or torches. So in the front, to light up the entryway, I'm going to make some rectangles and some points coming down. When you continue those lines upward, like that, and do a line across. Might look a little like an ice cream cone. I can add a little bit of a wood texture to that too. And I'm going to put some wavy lines coming off. That'll make it look like it's a torch. I'm going to add another line on the inside and fill that in. There. And up here, this is more of our, instead of the tower texture like we've added here, this is more of a roof. So I'm going to add some shingles. And I'm imagining that this tower is kind of round. So I'm going to add them going around in a circle, like that. And I'm just doing, I start with one, and then I do a backward L shape. It goes like that, and it makes lots of little ones, like that. Just like that. And you can make them bigger or smaller. And if you wanted to, you could just do that. And just have a few of those. Like with bricks. But I'm going to add a bunch of them, because that will add to my texture. So just keep doing that. Takes a little time, but if you are really dedicated to your art project, I know you can do it. There. Now, lots of castles have flags, so right in the center of these towers, I'm going to have a line. The center is going to be right here. So a line like that. I'm going to do a line upward. Like that. Then, coming out, I'm going to have some wavy lines. I'm going to go down and up and down and up. Don't make them too long. This is going to make it look like the flags are flying in the breeze. And there are lots of ways to end them. Some will come to a point at the end. Others will just be straight. I'm going to make mine have 2 tails. Like that. Now, you can feel free to shade as you like. You can put a shadow under the roof, because that's sticking out a little bit. You can put a shadow under this battle station. Don't put too many shadows near the torches, though, because those will be lighting up the area, where there wouldn't really be shadows there. And if you feel you want to, you can shade some of these bricks. I'm just putting a line on the bottom, but that'll give it a little bit of depth. That's always nice. It's just almost like I'm thickening the bottom lines. Like that. Okay, you can add more details as you wish. You can add knights and horses and all sorts of things to your drawing, but I'll leave that up to you. But this will start you off with a nice big castle for your knights and princesses and princes and alchemists and all sorts of medieval people to reside in. Thank you for watching.